Here we go. I need to know if you can see me because my first attempt was a complete disaster. So I'm just going to have a look at the chat and see. Oops, something went wrong. You know what I really despise? Oh, I can see you. Lovely. Hello, the bloke. Um, it's one thing I can't stand is oops, something went wrong, and a picture of a monkey holding a spanner. Please don't talk to me like I'm 14. Um, great. I'm very pleased about that. Thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to see my chat on my laptop screen here, but I don't seem to be able to. Hold on a minute. I hope we're all well. I'm going to answer all of your questions in the chat as best I can. If there are loads, then maybe not, but we'll see. Here we go. Okay, I can see the chat now. Here we go. Let's go right back to the beginning. Pop out chat. Okay, here we go. So Miss Sparkle says chairs. Yes. Yes, chairs. Greetings from Sussex. Hello, Nido Star 2013. Are you going to ask questions? Yes, I will ask you questions, James Baker. James Baker, why the 9241 after your name? There you go. Please get back to me. I really want to know. Good evening. Have you rehomed the chairs? No, Zenant. I haven't. I've left them where they are because they're not mine. I don't take things that don't belong to me. They might be there for some, some mysterious purpose, and I don't really want to move them. Wow, the chat's going nuts. Sorry. This is my first time, so you will forgive me if I'm having to do catch up here. And forgive me, I am 48 as well. How's the road doing outside of Kent? I don't know. I don't know how you'd have to check out the road. I'm not a big road person. It's all right, I guess. There are cars on it. Greetings from Northwood. Hello, Sue. Is there another you in a room next door? Very good, Miss Sparkles. No, there isn't. I'm the only room next door man. Although I have been writing a room next door sketch, and it's been taking me so long that I'm not sure I'll actually ever get round to finishing it, because it's a Trump one, and he spoke for 50 minutes at a International McDonald's Summit, I think it's called, where he's just talking about McDonald's for 50 minutes, and it's excruciating. And I thought that's a really good one, but it's just taking so long to get through it. Honestly, it's just a mess. It's a minefield of lies and toxicity. So hopefully I'll get round to it and get it finished. Bit of a shaky start, but here we are. I know attitudes. It was really. I mean, it was inevitable that it would start badly because I'm middle-aged. Hello from New Jersey. Hi, Kelds too. Hello to New Jersey. How exciting. Stop complaining. Yes, all right. Nay. 324. It's so funny. These usernames are sometimes they sound funny, don't they? When you have to say yes, nay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, I know. That's a good point. Okay, so let's see if there are any. I'm looking to advertise a circus. How would you go about it? That's a lovely callback to one of my more popular sketches about circus marketing. If you haven't seen it, please do go and see it. Go and find it. It's on my YouTube channel somewhere. Okay, so where are we? Because the chat keeps skipping about. Loved your Room Next Door book. Any new books in the offing? Thank you very much, Stephen. Um, I'm not working on a new Room Next Door book, but I am working on a potential book, which is a children's book, but is also kind of secretly for parents as well. Um, so it's got nothing to do with politics or satire, um, but I am working on a new book. So if you're a parent, then you might enjoy it. Um, do you ever watch a speech and immediately see the sketch forming in your head? Brett Williams. Yes, I do sometimes. Although a lot of the time I will be watching speeches and just think, I'm not sure I can get to the end of this. It's so bad. It's so awful. I'm not sure I can physically bear to do it. I used to do that a lot with the Conservative Party when they were in charge. I thought, I can't do this anymore because it's taking so much out of me. But on the other hand, it does, it's my most successful creation. So you do have to kind of sit there and work out how a sketch might work with a particular speech or interview or whatever's going on. So sometimes the sketch is formed in my head, and when it does, that's great because you can just write it down and get it out there as quickly as possible. If you spend too much time working on something, tinkering with it, sometimes the moment's gone. We never know if you're serious or joking. Yes, I know, chat bot. A lot of people have said this. Are you serious or are you joking? Is this me or is this a parody of a man doing it? Honestly, I prefer to remain ambiguous. So I don't, if you're not really sure whether I'm doing this or not, for real, I'd like it to stay that way because it's exciting for me, because it feels like I'm breaking barriers. Is Trump joining us to ask a few questions? Perhaps what can I call a journalist to be really offensive? Um, no, Mr. Trump will not be joining us. I've noticed how he's changed his look since he met Mir Mamdani, which is hilarious. Hopefully, he continues that weird trend of wanting to be liberal and funky. Could you all let us know where you have lived within Essex? I'd appreciate it, Rob Silverman. I grew up in Chadwell Heath, which is sort of technically East London, isn't it, really? But on my address, it was always Essex. Chadwell Heath, Romford, Essex. So that was where I was brought up. So I used to get the 296 bus to Romford and back towards Ilford. I was in the middle. I used to go to Romford and Ilford if I wanted to get CDs. If I wanted to buy clothes and things like that, I used to go to Romford or Ilford. And Newbury Park was in the middle, so that was my connection to London. I hope that answers your question. Are you from Essex as well, Rob? Let me know. Hello, I know you're going to get a lot of comments about the Room Next Door. I don't blame you for not wanting to continue. Yeah, I'm still doing them, but I'm just not doing as many as I used to because times have changed, haven't they? Times have changed. There is still so much material, but ever since the whole sort of social media platform landscape, the whole thing, that's all changed since I first did it. People have branched off into, well, they've left Twitter because it's this horrible graveyard of spam bots and Nazis and just general trolls, really. There's so many horrible trolls on Twitter now. So that nice sort of loving, supportive community isn't there anymore, not like it used to be. So that audience isn't there. And that's another reason for why I didn't really want to do it as much as I did. And I also just wanted to try new things, really. But I will always do one if a new one comes up. Love the walks. Who put the? Sorry, that was Angry Newt Gun Ray who asked that question. Thank you, Angry Newt Gun Ray. Bluesman4298. Love the walks. Who put the chairs there? I have no idea who put the chairs there, and I love the fact that it's a mystery. Sometimes you don't need to know things, and I don't want to know. So what is coming up here? Whoa, wait a minute. I enjoy your work here. Here are 2 New Zealand dollars. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Can you give me money? Well, thank you very much. I didn't realise you could actually give me money. I thought I had to set something up. Well, thank you very much, David Thompson, for 2 New Zealand dollars. That's the first time I've ever been given 2 New Zealand dollars. Okay. Where are we? Let's see. First time commenter. Love the work. Is that this is just? I mean, this is just scribbles here. BMQG5EI. Hello. First time commenter. Love the work. Is there a topic you've covered in the room next store that is depressing due to the insanity of the topic you covered? Yeah, no, it can be depressing actually. I think anything involving Trump is very depressing because you're kind of making fun of his, like Boris Johnson, you're making fun of his clownish, the big laugh regarding his appearance and that sort of thing. That sort of superficial, shallow attacking, Boris Johnson with his stupid hair and all of that, and his sort of bumbling attitude. But of course, there's this much more sinister thing going on where they're actually pushing a very sort of horrible far right narrative, and that is really depressing. But as a comedian, you've got to I don't know, try to find the laughs wherever you can, whilst trying to make the point that you're not making light of it. It's a bit of a tightrope walk, really. Let's see. Thinking of adding a third chair. I love the fact that the chairs are getting more coverage and more love than my entire career. No, Captain Flake. I'm not going to add a chair. It's not my place to add a chair. Will there be more Coldhaven? John Asodholm. It's just because your name's all Jonas Soderholm. Jonas Soderholm. 7211. Will there be more Coldhaven? I'd like to think so, but it takes a lot out of me. It's the hardest thing to do because I have to do everything, and there's lots of editing and there's lots of fiddly stuff. For people who don't know what Coldhaven is, it's my fictional TV channel set in the 80s. Absolutely love to do it, but it just takes up far too much of my time. I would love to do a show based on Coldhaven, but there's no way that would ever get commissioned. Maybe Adult Swim would commission it, but the bloke. Michael, I read that you're good friends with Diane Morgan. Any plans for a YouTube collaboration? Yes, we're good friends. We go back a long time. But no plans for a YouTube collaboration. She's far too busy at the moment. She's playing a robot in a new sitcom. But we have had great fun in the past doing sketches together, improvising stuff together. And yeah, she is like one of the funniest people I've ever met. Maybe one day, you never know. My postman looked just like you. Thank you, Sue. But it's definitely just somebody who looks like me. I've never posted a letter in my life. Is this satire, James Baker? Yes, it is. Let's have hello to all. Love from Scotland, and you can't take stones, pebbles, or shells from a beach in the UK, as well as chairs from a field. Thank you, Miss Sparkles. That was my beach walk. I found a really long shell on my beach walk, and I didn't know what it was, but people have told me that it's a razor clam shell. So it's funny how you can pretty much say anything you want on YouTube, and someone in the comments will put you right, which is great. What's the time? What's the time? Please comment. What's the time? 12.79. 12 pounds 79. Goodness me, this is a genuinely bizarre thing. I didn't realise that you could just donate like that. I really 8.19. Right. Thanks very much. I didn't realise that. I was under the impression that you had to set up a whole payment system. So this is wonderful. Thank you so much for the £12.79. Right, so there are lots and lots of chats going on here. Perhaps I should choose the one. No way. No, what's 27? That's not £27. Sorry, I'm just getting bogged down in money here. Canadian version of £2. Thank you, adjudicator. Canadian dollars. €5. I enjoy your work deeply. Spat out my tea with laughter a few times. Great stuff. The names in your made-up end credits are hilarious. Ken Spem. Yes, I liked Ken Spem as well. Thank you, Kieran Healy. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you. Swedish krona. Thank you very much, Dennis. Who inspired you to be a comedian, Danny Ladd? No one person in particular, although I used to watch Laurel and Hardy films because they used to be on in the daytime on BBC One, actually on all the channels, BBC One and Channel 4, and everything in between. Yeah, we only had 4 channels growing up. But Laurel and Hardy was pretty much all over those, and I can remember at a very, very early age being struck by them and how brilliant they were. And the same with Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd. There was a lot more. There was a lot more love for two-reelers and silent movies when I was a boy on television. So I suppose that was the first inspiration. But then when I was 10, BBC Two started repeating Monty Python, which I think was really what changed my life. Really changed my life. Not only what I found funny or what I was being. It changed what I thought was funny. It was like they just basically ripped up the rule book and they said anything could be funny. And I guess that was huge for me. At the age of 10, it was just mind-boggling. Turing test. Thank you very much. Thanks, Michael. This is genuinely jaw-droppingly amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. Anyway, let's go back to the chat where we were. Have you been looking at nice abstract artworks you could hang above the TV? I get a lot of comments about the fact that I don't hang up anything on my walls. And I wish I had an answer for that, but I just don't. I just like bare walls. Maybe it's just to do with being able to film. I don't have to take things down when I'm doing my filming and stuff like that. Yes, bare walls. I'm sorry about the bare walls. But if you want to suggest a nice picture, we're not the family. We're not one of those families that has pictures of our children, on massive canvases in photographic studios going like that. We don't have any of that. Okay, there's a YouTube creator called Steve Shives, who in many ways is like an American you. I asked, he doesn't know you. Please work with him. I don't know who that is. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. But I've cut and pasted it. And then I'll check it out later. Steve Shives. There we go. Steve Shives. Okay. Yes. Okay. I will check him out. I really don't know who that is at all, but I will check him out. Thank you, DS9. 48, damn, you look fine. Oh, thank you very much, Michael Tudor's Big Adventure. Uh, I noticed that I actually mentioned this in another video. I'm going grey in the beard, but not in the hair. I don't know why. I thought I'd be very salt and pepper by now. Um, but I'm not, and my beard is wanting to go full Santa Claus. Um, like a party, it's the law to turn up fashionably late. I know it is, Elsie. Thank you very much. I'm in a room next door to somewhere. Don't mention Trump. It makes you sound like, oh wait, you just did. Hello, can you adult brain hear me? Thank you, Bike John. Any ideas for a comedy show, series, movie, serious production thingy? Yes, Dennis. A few. Hello to Sweden. I've got a few things. I'm writing a lot of stuff at the moment and trying to pitch things. I've got like a comedy sci-fi. I've got a comedy political thriller. It's all comedy, but different genres, because I see comedy in everything, so I find it hard not to. So that's, but there's nothing, I'm constantly writing. I'm constantly sat here writing, whether it's just sketches for stuff that I can perform later or things that I'm trying to get commissioned. But I can't really say exactly, I can't go into too much detail about what they are, but suffice to say, I'm trying different things. I've actually written as sort of a series set in the 1960s, which is loosely based on the TV show Public Eye. You should check out Public Eye because that's one of my favourite shows of all time. Anyway, you've got vertical glazing strips, the pieces of plastic running from top to bottom on your UPC French doors. Yes, they were here when I bought the house. Is that a problem? If that's a problem, David Murphy, let me know. Serious question: are you pleased that the room next door did so well, or is it annoying that's what you get typecast into sometimes? No, I'm really pleased that it did really well because I was able to quit my job, and that's something I'll always be grateful for. So I'm never annoyed whether I'm typecast or whatever it is. I'm just immensely grateful that people liked it and shared it. You forgot you're 45. No, I'm not. I'm 48. Pockets of Space. Thank you very much. If you've not seen my sketch, Pockets of Space, check it out. A 50-minute room next door. Wow, that would be amazing. Yes, I know it's an absolute behemoth of a sketch, but I'm thinking of probably doing a massive one and then chopping it all up and showing little bits. How did you celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Protect and Survive? What to do in a... Oh, was it the 50th anniversary, Mr. Joe Gooch? I didn't know it was the 50th anniversary. I do love the Protect and Survive films. I find them absolutely fascinating. I still do. I adore all public information films, all Central Office of Information films. And I didn't celebrate, I'm afraid. I didn't realise that was a 50th anniversary. But I will have a think about it. I will probably play them all in all those films in chronological order because they are wonderful, if unbelievably bleak. Been watching you for a while. Love all your content. Thank you, Danny lad. Do you have any plans for another series on BBC Radio 4? No, there's none at the moment, unfortunately. But what I would suggest you do is stay tuned to this channel for sketches, really, because I'm not really going to do anything for Radio 4 for the time being. We just have to see what happens in 2026. Turn the chat to slow. Oh, I don't know how to do that, Michael Tudor's adventure. I don't know how to do that. I'll work it out later. Don't tell me to do technical things during the chat. Thank you. Love the room next door. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, Michael. If you could do a room next door series for any previous UK government, who would you pick and why? Well, I'd probably go to Thatcher's government in the 80s. No, I wouldn't. I'd go to Thatcher's government in the 80s and Major's in the 90s. I was really into. I used to follow politics quite religiously when I was a student in college, and there was the transition from John Major's government to Tony Blair's government, and I was uh, I was much more interested in politics back then, more than I am now. Um, I used to watch PMQs and be riveted. I think I was a very strange boy, actually. I should have been going to parties and things, but I wasn't really. So I'd look at those because those are some the characters there are incredible. I mean, Spitting Image encapsulates the 80s perfectly with all those characters like Douglas Hurd and Norman Tebbit. I think you could get loads of material out of those periods. Um, let's see. Any more follow-ups on your Strange Island TV series? What's the Strange Island TV series? Was that if that's Coldhaven, then I've answered that. Sorry, Stephen, I don't know what a Strange Island TV series is. Miss Sparkles, hey everyone, hit the like button and it keeps Michael and the algo. Thanks, Miss Sparkles. You know much more about this than I do, don't you? I really enjoyed your work in Mandy, says and gaming. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to do Mandy. It's just like it doesn't really feel like work, Mandy. Mandy's just like a massive jolly for a couple of days where you get to dress up and be silly. I'm in Canada, so I don't understand the significance of the red briefcase that RR held yesterday. Any chance you're going to do a sketch on that? I don't understand the significance of the red briefcase either. I think it's a ridiculous bit of political theatre. It's utterly ridiculous. The funniest thing about the red briefcase in the budget is when we had the coalition and the Conservatives let the Lib Dems do their budget a few days after the real budget. And Danny Alexander, who was who was in the Treasury, he held up a special little yellow briefcase and it said Liberal Democrat budget in sort of really wonky lettering. It's like he'd done it himself with a letraset like that, and he held it up, and it's like when you're doing something and a child says, "Can I do that too?" So you if you're hammering something and a child says, "Can I do that?" and so you give them a plastic hammer and they do that. That's what it felt like. So that's very funny. Check it out. Google Danny Alexander budget. It's really funny. Right. I feel like we're getting towards the end here. I was only going to do 20 minutes, but I'll do a bit longer just so we can get through the chat. But I'll probably sign off in let's just say 8:45, because I need to sort my children out and all that sort of thing. Right, here we go. Let me enjoy your work. Here are oh yes, the $2 New Zealand. Thank you. I'm still absolutely chuffed by that. Michael, are you related to the ex-pro footballer John Spicer? No, I'm not. I'm not related to any footballers. I wish I was. Hi, Mike. Mike here. Hello, Mike. Can you please do another white man travelling abroad again? That sketch always tickles me when it trends on my shorts. When it trends on my shorts. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, what I would love to do is I'd love to do an actual show called The White Man Travels Abroad. And because there are just so many cliches in that genre of TV making that I think it would be great to do. I suppose Steve Coogan does that with Alan Partridge, doesn't he? But I think there's probably more. You could still get more out of it. I really do. Yes, Bulletproof Blouse just explained the Tatty budget briefcase. Thank you very much. Not a question, but just want to say, I, for one, enjoy the walks. What inspired the idea? Sorry, that was a question. Damn, sorry. Thank you, the half-empty glass. Nothing inspired me to do those. I just thought, I knew I was going to do a stream, so I thought, I'm going to go for a walk. Actually, I did see Limmy do it. I saw Limmy do it. He went for a walk and he went for a cup of tea. He went for a cup of tea and he had a pudding and he walked home again. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do that, and I'm going to announce that I'm going to do the stream, and we're going to try and build up a little bit of momentum. So that's what did it. So Limmy did. He inspired it. What's your favourite movie and book? I haven't got. Hello, Smiley, the cool dog official. I haven't got one favourite movie and one favourite book because I've got too many. But I do love anything by P.G. Wodehouse, and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I read a lot, over and over again. Favorite movie? I just don't have any. I love Stanley Kubrick, and I love Monty Python's films, and I love all of the Laurel and Hardy films. I mentioned that. But there, I could never really. I think I could never put a list together or anything like that. I have a rival chat going on at the North Pole. Join me instead. Thank you, Hamish. What was the brainchild behind The Room Next Door? It's far funnier than any comedy dished out on regular. How nice, Dom. Thank you very much. Well, the brainchild behind it is, if you look at the first one I did, which is Boris Johnson talking about model buses. It just as he's talking to the interviewer, he gazes into space and he's trying to think of things and he doesn't know what to say. He really is struggling. And at that point, I just thought, oh, it sounds like he's got an ear. It seems like he's got an earpiece in, and he's waiting for the answers to be fed to him. That's all that. That was the idea, and I did it that day after the interview came out, and I just said The Room Next Door because I thought, well, like, he could be in the room next door to that interview, and I didn't think for one moment that I'd be doing another sort of 50 of them, and I didn't think that it would help me quit my job, but it did, and I will always be thankful for that. Now, I love how you captured, for example, the Nolan's movie. Oh yeah, why not do more movie scenes that capture a movie? What a good idea. Yes, my Christopher Nolan film sketch has done very well on YouTube. And that's a very good idea. Yes, I should probably look at more movie cliches. I did do that. I did do a sketch about people that don't know how to drink coffee in films. People don't eat or drink in films anymore. I don't know whether you've noticed that. If they've got a plate of food, they kind of prod it and poke it. Whereas if you look at any films or any TV in the 60s, 70s, 80s, as they're acting, if they're at a dinner table and they're acting and eating, they are putting big mouthfuls of food, and they're eating their dinner, and they're drinking hot coffee. And for some reason, somebody somewhere said, no, you can't do that anymore because you might choke or you might spill the coffee, and so everybody has to, hold these empty coffee cups, and it was so annoying. It can ruin an entire film for me. I couldn't bear listening to Stephen the Waxing Lyricist. I couldn't bear listen to Johnson or Trump without screaming into the void, but your Room Next Door sketches made it safer for me. My neighbours, thank you. Oh, thank you, Stephen, that's nice. Who inspired you to be a comedian? I did that, didn't I? I've already done that, Danny Yad. I can't make my own jokes, so here I am. Okay, Hamish, great. Great to see you, Michael, and sharing your thoughts and ideas with us. Thank you, Andrea. Or Andreas. See you. Will you be in this year's Mandy's Christmas special? And if so, what can you tell us about it? Well, here's the interesting thing. There was a guy who was in the Mandy Christmas special who pulled out. Or he said he couldn't make that day, right? So they asked me to step in at the last minute to play this, some kind of, I'm probably giving it, I don't want to give away the story, but I'm playing some kind of general, some sort of army general. So it's just as bonkers as you might think. Mandy does all sorts of crazy things and ends up meeting an army general. And I was going to play that general, and I had a scene with her. And I went onto the set, and they said, oh, you can stand down, he's turned up now. So I was going to be in it, but then found out that I wasn't. But that was on the day that I played the policeman in the latest series, in series 4, where Mark Silcox comes in on an electric scooter, which was very funny indeed to be part of. Mark Silcox is just very funny. He doesn't have to say or do anything. He can just look at you, and there you go. There's 4 or 5 laughs. Okay. Let's see. Will you be on any mainstream media soon? Not soon. Things might change in the next, maybe at the beginning of the year, because soon we're going to announce that I'm going to go on tour next year. So I imagine you'll see me out and about plugging that, promoting that. Yeah, watch this space. If I'm playing a venue that's near you, please do buy some tickets and come and see me. Rob Silverman, I grew up in Ilford. Yes, the postal boundaries compared to the government ones are odd. I'm 48 too. What school did you go to? I went to Ilford County. No, I was at Warren Comprehensive School. Warren Comprehensive School, and it was unbearable. So anyway, will you be doing any room next door for this government anytime soon? I don't think so. Well, I might. I mean, it really depends if there's proper. If there's a proper car crash interview with Rachel Reeves or Keir Starmer or something, I absolutely would do it. But at the moment, it just seems to be that Trump's dominating the political, or Trump's dominating my brain at the moment. Just because the amount of lies and the fact that he's going to be implicated in the Epstein files soon, and all of that sort of horror that's unfolding. Right. So yes. So 5 minutes to go. Let's see. I'm on Bluesky. Yes, I am on Bluesky. Just put my name in. You'll see it. Yeah. You're anti Twitter. Yes, I know. I'm only on Twitter because that's where I started, and I just don't want to leave it. I want to stay there until Musk goes. That's what I want. I want it to reinvent itself. Although, as I've said in one of my walk videos, I do think social media generally is just dying as a platform. Anyway, can we see more chairs in the future? Well, yes, maybe. Watch this space, Dog Mattress. We'll see what we can do. You know, I mean, for a long time it was just that one chair, and then suddenly the white one turned up. So you never know. Love spotting you in, Mandy. You always go, oh, have I seen that? Let's see. Can you see 7 trees out of your master bedroom window? That's the best reference so far. Thank you, Man from Anywhere. Good evening from Anglesey. Hello, Darren. As someone who's even older than you, it's good to see that someone that produces what we would call edgy comedy. I see Blue Jam, Peter Cook, and Victor Lewis Smith in what you do. Well, thank you very much, Darren. I mean, yeah, huge influences. I mean, Victor Lewis Smith's stuff is questionable these days if you watch it back. But yeah, I mean, when I was a teenager, Victor Lewis Smith stuff was just like nothing I'd ever seen before. And yes, Peter Cook and Blue Jam, huge influences. Absolutely adore Peter Cook. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm really sorry, but there are just so many questions here, and I'm really sorry that I'm caught up with all of them. Like this one that says, loved your appearance on Sister Boniface. Thank you, Holmes We Trailer. A truly vile character, well performed. Thank you. It was nice to play a real horrible, nasty piece of work. It was good fun, and plus I died as well. It was good to be a corpse. So I'm really sorry that I haven't got through all of the questions, but you know, we'll do this again. And if you want to, maybe if you want to just message me on my social media platforms, I'm sure I'll reply. And then we can do this again maybe next Thursday. Make a regular thing of it. Who knows? thank you so much for all of these wonderful, supportive messages. It was really nice. It was really nice, wasn't it? It was really nice. It was nice to be. It was nice to experiment with this and try and get a nice little community going. I will see you later. I will go for more walks and do more things. So have a look out. I've got this idea for a sketch that I still haven't done, and I've spent 2 weeks deliberating on it. But I'm going to try and work on it this weekend. So hopefully there'll be more stuff, not just walks in the woods. What's in the box? What box? What box? Is there a box? Okay. Wait, I've just tuned in. Can you repeat everything you've said so far? I certainly can, Andy. Cheers, Michael. You probably won't read this for a few days. Well, see, look, yeah, I did. £6.66. Wow, how nice. Great. I will say goodbye then. And God knows how I switch it off. Do I just press the X? Who knows? But anyway, bye for now. And thank you so much for your support and your chats.